Maisha Colter, and my title is Chief Executive Officer. Our mission is to end domestic violence by advocating for survivors while holding those who abuse accountable and educating the community about how domestic violence impacts all of us. Yeah, one of the things that we try to do when we have the ability to talk to people is to talk about things like trauma and how it impacts people, and that it's one of those things, if it goes unaddressed and unattended, it can have an impact on your daily life. So that requires a level of education. And so it just really depends on what level of engagement we have with the audiences that we have, to be able to sort of strike a conversation about those things. There are people who are adamant that, I don't need to talk about it. That happened a long time ago and it is not affecting me. And they may be coping and not aware that it does have an impact on them, and that just requires a lot of education. That anyone who encounters domestic violence, sexual violence, whether that be directly to them or present when those things are occurring, is impacted. My biggest advice to young people, and this is for young women and young men, is, it sounds trite, but it is true. Love should not hurt. One of the things that people need to recognize, that not holding someone who is abusive accountable is the opportunity for that person to continue to abuse. So it may not necessarily continue to happen to you. They will just go on to do that to someone else. So that's one of the reasons why it's so important to have that accountability piece with people who are abusive. They deserve to be able to heal from those experiences. And even again, if you think, oh, I have this, I'm okay, I'm coping, I'm fine, that might be true. What is the harm in having someone else to have a conversation with about how well you are coping? Sometimes people's trauma is delayed in terms of how they experience it and how they ultimately have impact. 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line, they start to have symptoms of, certain stress or maybe PTSD. They don't know it and they don't know how to identify it. And that's where those subject matter experts come into play. So people who have counseling education and can recognize, like, oh, this is why you're having this particular experience now. It's just a delayed response.